I literally have no clue what I'm gonna do with the extra bulb that's off the back of this thing. But, hey, stay tuned, I know what I'm talking about. Nothing ages a car worse than yellowed, cracked, and disgusting headlights.
Dave, what are we doing today?
Today we're doing E46 light things. All right, so we're gonna be replacing these faded, sun-beaten, yellowed headlight lenses with a fresh, brand new set of clear ones. Now, to do this, we're gonna have to remove the headlight from the vehicle. And to do that, we're gonna have to remove the entire bumper cover to do it. So, grab your popcorn, let's get to this thing. And now, you can finally get the bolts to get the headlights out.
Now that I'm pouring washer fluid everywhere, let's get these to the garbage.
He means the bench.
Still leaking.
All right, so we've got the headlights out and on the bench here. So what we're gonna be doing is replacing these worn, weathered yellow lenses with these brand new, clear, fresh lenses that we got off of eBay. So as part of the budget build, the two of these lenses together cost about $50. Now, while we've got these lenses apart, we're gonna be changing the headlight gaskets to ensure a good seal and that there's no moisture inside the bulb. And to top it off, be putting in a set of angel eyes, which will be able to change color through a remote and possibly Bluetooth. This is off of Amazon and it says Bluetooth, but the only thing in the box was a poorly written note thanking me for buying the product. So we'll see how this goes. We'll get these in and yeah, let's start taking this thing apart. So we'll first want to remove the corner light. Then the headlight washer assembly.
Why do you have 4 extensions?
Because I lost my big extension. My large extension is somewhere under the hood of a car somewhere. All right, so we got those 2 bolts out. Now, theoretically, this should just come out, which it's not. Oop, there's a tap. Oh, there we go. Something broke. All right, washer assembly off. Okay, next, these tabs lock the lens in place. So we'll pop these up and the plastic should come right off. That's it, that's how easy they come off. All right, so to install the halos, we have to remove this black shroud. So there's a couple clips in here that you'll have to remove. So you'll need a flat screwdriver or I've got a seal remover. We'll pop these out. Now, while we've got it to this point as well, this is a good time to change that headlight seal to make sure that once we install it, we don't get any moisture inside. So again, flathead screwdriver or the seal remover, and we'll be able to pick this thing out. New seals. Remove the adhesive backing. So the new seal is installed and we can move on to installing the halos. So the halos will come wire LED. Obviously the clear side goes out. All right, so we'll make sure that when we install these, we have to feed the wires through the top so they can be plugged in from the back once they're installed in the vehicle. Okay, got those in, finally. And we'll clip this back in. All right, now we'll hope that those will stay in place. Next, we'll put the lens back on and on to the next one. New seal makes it tight. Might need it. All right, so only with major fighting with it, it's back together again. So I don't believe this kit has the correct size halos in it. We did actually have to glue the smaller size halo to the projector. Here's hoping that they don't fail and we have to do this all over again. So this is the one side done. We're going to do the other side and then get these things back in the car. All right, so finally, both headlight assemblies are back together. We've got the halos wired in and then glued onto the projectors because the lack of instructions was just a total guess on what we were doing with these things. I think it turned out pretty good. Looks like everything is nice and solid. Now, this is one of these things that we wanted to show you exactly what happened with doing these. This should be a pretty straightforward job. I figured maybe half an hour. Ran into some snags, the lack of instructions on it, the way that things aren't necessarily a direct fit. Things took a little bit longer than normal. So long, in fact, that Kyle actually had to leave and I'm here on my own right now. But we've got them together. We're gonna wire them up into the car and hopefully these things are gonna look as amazing in the car as they do on the bench. So let's get these guys back in the car. All right, so it's a couple days later, same car, same hat, different shirt. So now we're gonna be putting in the new LED taillights that we've got for the E46. Headlights are done, moving on to the rear. So we've ordered, again, from eBay, a set of pretty futuristic, modern looking LED taillights. Now, I don't really have a brand to give you. On the back of them, it's stamped Sonar, which the fact that it's stamped any sort of name is a plus for me. I'm hoping that these are gonna work once they get plugged in. So next step, get the old taillights out and get the new taillights installed. Out with the old and in with the new. I'm not gonna throw this one. Wow, that looks terrible with those inners. It's a good thing the kit came with a set of clear inners to go with them. Okay, so we've got the old light out, well, old lens assembly out, and have the new one. Now these things, about the same shape and size. Now the nice thing about these is these aren't an LED. These are going to use the same incandescent bulb style that the old taillights use as well. So it's just a matter of using the same existing hardware, the same circuits. So this will bolt in, same as the other one did, and should look very good. Now what I'm going to do to get these back in is they have these lips on the inside, and these kind of hook over the trunk panels, and that's what keeps them in. So it's just trying to get them hooked over and locked in place without snapping anything. There we go. All right. Now, same thing to the other side. All right, so we've got the lighting completed on the E46, and we're just going to run down the build breakdown. Basically, we're going to give you the cost and the difficulty level of each of the installs that we did. So we're going to start with the headlights. So we knew that we had the headlight lenses. They cost approximately about $50 for the pair of those lenses. The gaskets, we got them from BMW, about $35 a side. The clear corner lights off Amazon, $50 a pair. And that halo kit that was fantastic and just wonderful to install was about $80 off of eBay, giving us a total of $250 in parts. As for difficulty, Kyle, what are you going to rate that on a scale from A to D?
A to D. So A being extremely easy and D being very difficult. That's about a B job. A little bit of work required, some tools required, some parts removed. Definitely not a 10-minute job, as Dave has now proved, but definitely a level B job.
If there were instructions, it would have been like a different kind of B for those halos, but due to the fact there was a lot of improvising involved, even still though, bumper coming off, we're just going to put anything that requires that. We're going to throw that as a B for sure. Moving on to the taillights, this kit was a little more plug and play. Taillights themselves were $250 off of eBay for the sets, the inners and outers.
Oh, wow.
And we got some LED bulbs for the inner lights. They were about $40 for all four of them off of Amazon. The difficulty level on that,
that's about an A. That one's really easy. I'm actually surprised that the rear lights were more expensive than the front, to be honest. But yeah, a very easy job. A level, anyone can do.
All right, so pretty much that wraps up tail lighting and headlights and a little bit of aesthetics for the E46. So we're gonna call that a video. What do you think there, Kyle?
I think that's awesome. I am happy to see progress on the Beamer. And Nasty Nate, hit the B-roll!